Hi guys, Alistair Taylor here, and today we're going to look at my top 5 tips to hit driver further. So I was watching some of the long drive guys on TV the other day, and wow, super impressive how far those boys hit the ball. And certainly they're the kind of distances that, you know, majority, 99.9% of you guys out there, me included, are never going to hit it as far as them. But there are some little things that they do in their setup and their swing that we could try and sneak out a little bit more yardage off the tee, because I don't know anybody who doesn't want to hit the ball further. So, top 5 tips. I'm going to use my driver. We've got 5 real balls. We are down very strong wind today, so we're not going to use real ball flight. I've got it on normalizer mode, so it's just going to see the first 40 yards, and then calculate what the ball's going to do. So, tip number 1. For my normal setup, I'm going to move the ball position even further forward than normal. This is going to encourage me to hit up on the ball even more, launching the ball higher, and keeping the spin even lower. I'm then going to turn my left foot for tip number 2, turn my left foot out a little bit more, which is going to enable me to turn even more out the way, hopefully getting a bit more speed. Tip number 3, from my normal position with those first 2 adjustments, I'm going to tilt my spine even more to the right. Again, this is going to help create a club coming more from the inside and traveling even more up through impact. Then once I get into the swing, tip number 4, instead of making my normal backswing, I'm going to try and turn my shoulders as far as I can to really, really coil myself and then be able to unload like a spring. And tip number 5, final one, once I'm in that position at the top, I'm just going to try and swing as fast as I can through impact. So we're going to hit 5. I'm not going to do more than 5 because I'm not 100% sure my body can cope with hitting a lot of shots on the run like that. So ball position forward, foot more open, more spine tilt, big shoulder turn, and fast. I'll take that. That's huge. Granted, it's going to look long today because of the wind, but we're going to take the wind out of it on the results. So again, I'm going to get that set, tilt more that way, big shoulder turn. Now, the one thing I know when I do this is when I get it right, it's fantastic. Certainly, strike's probably not going to be as consistent as normal. Therefore, we might see spin numbers not being as good, even though distance and club head speed should go up. Now, I would say, at the moment for me, because I'm coming back from a little bit of an injury early in the summer, my club head speed's gradually building back as my fitness comes back to where I should be. But I'm probably swinging driver about 107, 108 mile an hour at the moment as my average. So last couple. I think some of the long drive boys, their club head speed's 150 mile an hour. I mean, that's probably more than most guys' ball speed. So we're going to go last 2. Oh yeah, that's good. That is good. Okay, and one final one. And then I need a rest. Maybe a green tea. A little relaxation after this last one. Okay, so foot out, ball position forward, spine tilt, big shoulder turn. And again, absolutely flush that. Okay, so let's look at some numbers on FlightScope and see if my top 5 tips to hitting the ball as long as possible with driver have paid off. Okay guys, so we're looking at the numbers on FlightScope, and certainly definitely picked up a little bit of club head speed and probably a tiny bit of ball speed. So because we're on normalizer mode and I'm normally on real ball flight, we're going to see some slightly different numbers here, but I'd be made up with 272 carry, 295 total. I think I'd be hoping for it to roll out a bit more than that. Smash factor down a touch, spin up a bit higher than I would like to see, but I think certainly a bit of inconsistency with the strike when I'm swinging quite that hard. But yeah, certainly a little bit more speed, a little bit more ball speed, and definitely a bit more distance from there. Okay guys, so I've got a couple of minutes break there while we looked at some numbers on Flight Scope, but certainly for me, that did sneak a little bit more out. Now what I would say is you need to make sure that physically, you know, you're not going to hurt yourself trying any of this stuff, but let's run through those 5 tips again. So from our normal position with driver, we're going to move the ball position a little further forward than normal. We're going to open that left foot, that front foot up a little bit more. We're going to go a little bit more spine tilt, big shoulder turn, and then as fast as we can. Again, that's fantastic. Maybe I should start hitting driver like that all the time. Okay guys, so really hope that those little tips have helped. Try it a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to get any feedback from you guys that you've been hitting 100 golf balls like that with driver. But try it, hit a few on the range. If you feel that you can do it and you can still find the middle of the club face, try it on the golf course, maybe on a slightly more open hole to begin with. But do appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Leave any comments below. Always enjoy hearing from you guys. Usual guys, I'm sure will comment. I'd like to hear from some new guys as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hopefully see some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.